going to run through a small routine of energy exercises and hormone exercises. So as long as you're still comfortable to be laying down there just the way you are, take the, we're going to do the face massage and a couple of the tapping points and add in a few other things. Take the first flange of your thumb knuckle and sweep across the middle of the forehead from the temples, just gently sweeping, giving a gentle massage to the forehead, the large sinuses, the frontal lobe of the brain. This is really good to do every day, several times a day. Stimulates collagen in your skin. It stimulates histamines in your sinuses. And then the same thing with that thumb joint, either side of the nostrils, and sweep across the cheekbones and wipe or wash over the ears. It's just a few times. You only have to make 2 or 3 passes. Once you know these exercises and feel more comfortable using them on your own, you'll see how quick and easy it is to utilize them. And now let's take the heel of the hand from the middle of the chin and sweep across the jawline and kind of whirl over the jaw joint. And now take the thumb pad and sweep across the upper eye socket rim from the inner to the outer corner. And gently sweeping, remembering that the skin is even more delicate than the face. So applying a pressure that's appropriate for being mindful and loving and kind, but you're also massaging and churning it a little bit. And then the same thing on the lower eye socket rim with the pointer fingertip from the inner to the outer corner. Just a few sweeps. Then shake the hands out and come to the inner collarbones, right beneath and a little bit down towards the breasts. The inner collarbones, like the first rib right below them there. And gently tap with your pointer and middle finger and thumb or your knuckles, whatever feels good. Gentle tapping, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth 2 times. And now the middle of the upper chest with one of the hands, gently thumping. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth 2 times. And then the middle of the front of the rib cage, gently tapping, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth twice. And then the last one, the side ribs just above the waist, gently tapping. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth twice. And then just shake the hands out and rest the arms in a comfortable position for you. Just a couple of breaths, absorbing, observing. And now let's bend the knees so there's a little bit of space behind the knees, so it's not folded so tightly that it's skin against skin. And then bring the arms with the elbows bent. Those bent elbows are right off your shoulders with the fingertips pointing to the wall opposite your head. And you're going to push into the feet and you're going to let the body rock and bob. So you're pushing into the feet, finding a tempo that's comfortable, not too fast, not too slow. And that's going to cause the body to rock and bob, right? And is this comfortable and okay for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to try and loosen up the three bony weights, which are the pelvis, the rib cage, and the head. And so at first, they might just bob and barely move. But as you keep rocking and breathing deeply in and out through the nose, keep practicing mindful diaphragmatic breath. You don't have to count the breath at this point, but keep it going. And loosen up the pelvis so that it's actually kind of almost arching and flattening out there in the low back area by the sacrum and waist. And then see if you can bring that looseness all the way up to the rib cage. And it's if the rib cage is doing the same thing, it's kind of bobbing. And then all the way up to the head. It'll seem like the chin is going down and up, down and up, down and up. So this is a wave coming up from the heels of the feet through your entire skeleton. And we're primarily thinking about from the tailbone to the crown of the head. The wave comes up and the wave goes down. And loosen up as much as you can. The pelvis, the rib cage, and the head. Just let it go. And think of it as rocking. It's a different way of rocking. The nervous system does respond wonderfully to any kind of rocking. It's very soothing to it. Reminiscent of being in the womb, being a baby. And, as we get older, we are inclined more and more to rocking chairs and swings, porch swings, and the such, right? So it's kind of a natural momentum that speaks soothing calm to our body systems. Now, just stop and lie still and notice what you feel, if anything. And then just let the knees drop to the right, nice and gentle, even if they don't go all the way to the floor. And then gently rock them back through center and let them drop to the left. And let the body move in any way that's natural for it with this. So just let the knees slowly rock side to side. You can think of it as rolling over the inner outer edges of the feet. So you're giving the soles of the feet a massage, right? And it's also keeping that connection to earth, that grounding connection. It's also massaging all the reflexology points there on the soles of the feet. And then you're also giving kind of a little massage to the low back, the sacrum, right? Rolling across from one side to the other. And that's also giving a little massage to the belly and the waist and all the abdominal organs. And if you bring your awareness further up, you'll even feel the shoulder blades participating in the arms. When you rock to one side, the weight goes a little bit more over to that shoulder blade and arm. And you might even notice the head even gently tilts on its own. The chin kind of moves up when you go through center and then down when you come to the side. So it's just see what you notice. And what we're doing is we're working on getting this kind of whole body awareness, just like we're trying to get this whole breathing awareness going with the breathing practice pranayama. And this is a really simple, wonderful massage for the hips, at the hip sockets as well. It's so simple, warming up the hips a little bit. And then pause in the middle. And let's do another rocking segment here. So just reinitiate the rocking. This also oftentimes will bring about adjustments in the spinal column. It stimulates cerebral spinal fluid. So many benefits, layers and layers and layers. Simple little things like this have profound, significant effect through all our body systems, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, even spiritually. So just rocking and bobbing, getting more and more comfortable with the movement. Loosening up the pelvis, the rib cage, the head. And then stop and just feel. Just notice what you feel. And then draw the knees into the chest. Pull the legs together and just draw the knees into the chest, holding on to the knees or holding on to the shins. And if it's comfortable, rock side to side. So now think of this as massaging the whole back body a little bit. And it doesn't have to be a big movement, but it could be if you want it to be all the way almost to the side. Just gently rocking across the spine and the left and right halves of the body. Then pause in the middle, engage your pelvic floor, engage your belly, and draw the body and the legs together, curling up into a tight little ball. And then release the head, neck, and shoulders down and release the feet down. Now I want you to lift your hips and bring your hands, palms down underneath your derriere. And tuck the arms under, palms down, thumbs are touching. Is this okay for your hands and wrists?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So this next set of exercise, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 of them, are hormone therapy through movement and breath. Okay, so they stimulate the glandular system. They're really, really wonderful. So lift the feet off the floor. So the knees are kind of coming towards your chest, and the heels of the feet are hanging down by your back thighs. And all you're going to do is you're going to kick the back of your arse. Now, you don't want to kick it so hard that it's uncomfortable, but you want to kick it hard enough that you create a stimulus with the heel against the back of the buttocks or the thighs. It depends on the proportions of your legs. And it's slow, right? Start slow. So you're just hitting it, hitting the back of the thigh with the heels, alternating left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, or whatever you're going. You don't have to follow me. Now we're going to add in another breath practice that I'm going to teach you while we're in progress. It's very easy. It's called Bhastrika, and that translates as bellows breath. So you know the bellows, when you're fanning the fire, you open it and close it, open it and close it, right? So we're going to bring the air in and out of the lungs that way, through the nose. And how it works, it's like a quick, sharp inhale through the nose as you pull the belly out, and a quick, sharp exhale through the nose as you pull the belly in. And keep the feet going. Just let them keep going like that musician's timepiece keeper, and start the Bhastrika breath. So it's an inhale sharply through the nose, pull the belly out, sharply through the nose, exhale, push the belly in, just like a bellows. Do it with your lungs. Are you able to get that one okay?
I got it. It's a little practice, but
Yeah, pull the belly out, sniff the air in, push the belly in, push the air out, all through the nose. You can go at whatever pace you like as you get comfortable with doing this. Let that belly move with the sniff in and sniff out through the nose. Then pause. Release the legs long, point the toes away, stay on your hands and wrists. These are very specific points being stimulated here, and it's a mudra with your body. Now engage the belly, engage the pelvic floor, and just lift your head and look at your toes that you're pointing. And do a bunch of those Bhastrika breaths here, sniffing in and out through the nose. The inhale, the belly pulls out. The exhale, the belly pushes in. And then stop, rest the head down. Bend the knees, lift the hips off, and bring the hands out and rest them in a comfortable place. This particular motion, as you can see for yourself, is also massaging that whole area, the uterus and the ovaries and the fallopian tubes, all the glands that run along the central axis of the body, the coccygeal plexus, the solar plexus, the cardiovascular. So now 2 more exercises with this one. Well, actually, yeah, 2. Bend the knees and grab hold of the ankles with the feet together and draw the feet toward your groins. So the knees are out to the side and you're holding on to the ankles. Now we're going to be using a Bhastrika breath through both of these movements. What you're going to do here is circle to the left and come around to the right. So you're holding the ankles and you're circulating the legs around in a big circle. So now you see this nice massage once again into the hips and the groins and the low back. So you're circulating around to the left and then back to the right. Okay, so get comfortable with that. And then when you're ready, add in Bhastrika breath. Pull the belly out on the inhale, sniff, push the belly in on the exhale, puff. All through the nose.
It's harder than it looks.
Yes. Just keep playing with it and you'll have the tape to follow. And these are going to be a regular part of our routines that we do anyway. I wanted you to have these to get started with. Now, next time you come around, is if you're making your body into a bow and an arrow, roll over to the right, shoot the right leg out long as you keep holding on to the ankle. Keep holding on to the left ankle and pull that left heel back towards the left groins. So you're kind of laying on the right side, right leg's on the floor, right arm's holding on to the right ankle, and you're pulling the left leg back like the bow, right? The string of the bow. Now just lie still and do a bunch of Bhastrika breaths. And then pause, come back to center, set up again, because we're going to do the other side, holding onto the ankles, feet together, knees out. And now circulate to the right, right? Circling around the right and away and over to the left. So get that going. And then add in your Bhastrika breath. It's kind of brain math too, isn't it? Like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. Just do the best you can. It's only the first time you're doing this. You'll get familiar with them and they'll be like second nature before you know it. That belly moving with the breath. And then same thing over to the left, create your bow and arrow, roll onto the left, holding onto the left ankle, straightening out the left leg, pull the right ankle back towards the right hip and groins, like the string of the bow. You can look at your left foot if you want, and then lie still and do a bunch of Bhastrika breaths. And then pause, come back to center, straighten the spine out, let the feet go a little bit wider, turn the toes in, bring the knees together, rest your hands in any comfortable position for you. And then when you're ready, roll to one side for your hand.
Okay.
And you want to make sure your spine is straight. Now, put the block between your thighs long ways and bring the feet together. Is that comfortable okay enough?
Okay, feet touching or feet just together?
Feet are on the floor and
Yeah.
you've placed the block long ways between the thighs.
Yep.
You can do that okay and it's comfy?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to ground the feet and squeeze the block. Now, this is really subtle work, but it is immensely powerful. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. I'm just going to give you the routine, and then we'll learn more about it as time goes on. So ground the feet and squeeze the block. Now your effort is about anywhere from 15 to 30%. So it's not a real strong straining in any stretch of the imagination effort. So ground the feet, squeeze the block. Now squeeze the buttock muscles towards each other. And you're going to keep holding on to each add-on, okay? So grounding the block, grounding the feet, squeeze the block, squeeze the buttock muscles towards each other. Now engage what you know to be your Kegel muscles. Keep the whole body relaxed from the waist up. Be aware of that. So grounding the feet, squeeze the block, draw the buttock muscles towards each other, and now engage your Kegel. Now you're going to add in closing your excretory sphincter muscles, not going to the bathroom, number 1 or number 2, no way, no how. You got all, yeah, you got all that?
I got all that.
Now
Okay.
just hold on to it as best you can. Like I said, less than 50% effort. This is more about first getting in touch with all these structures that we're not used to having conscious connection to, much, much less conscious control of. So squeezing the block, squeezing the buttock muscles towards each other, engaging your Kegels, engage your excretory sphincter muscles. And the feet are grounded. And just breathe. You're completely relaxed from the waist up. Breath is flowing. Now relax the whole engagement. Keep the block between the thighs and release the knees to the right. And I want you to bring your hands onto the left side of your belly. So put one hand inside the left hip bone, one hand inside the left rib cage bone, and take deep diaphragmatic breaths, but exaggerate. Push the belly out on the inhale, really slow. Exhale, squeeze the belly in on the exhale. Feel the hands rise and fall with this. Inhale, push the belly out. Again, you're only doing 15 to 30% effort here. Squeeze the belly in on the exhale. One more. Inhale, puff the belly out into the hands on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in. And just stay there and relax, and a couple of breaths breathing normally. Bring the knees back to center, realign. Ground the feet, squeeze the block, squeeze the buttock muscles. Engage your Kegels. Engage your excretory sphincter muscles. Now, feel that skin between the hip bones. You notice how there's a little bit of an engagement happening there?
Mhm.
See if you can intensify it. Very fine activation. So grounding the feet, squeezing the block, squeezing the buttock muscles towards each other, Kegels engaged, excretory sphincters engaged, and the low belly. Transverse abdominal is what they're called. Now you're relaxed from the belly button up and breath is flowing. And you can play with where can you feel, observe. This is a container. This is a container of immense energy. In yoga, it's called the Ashwini Mudra. Ashwini means horsepower. So you're activating this area in the body that is the center. It's an energy center. And the kunda resides here, the fire of the life force energy. In martial arts and other various forms like that, it's called the dantian, right? Or your chi resides. And so just notice what your container feels like as you ground the feet, squeeze the block, engage the buttock muscles, engage the sphincter muscles, engage your Kegel, engage the transverse abdominis, and breathe. Where can you feel and where don't you feel? Is there a fullness anywhere? Is there emptiness or anything in between? Where do you feel strong and where don't you feel strong? Where can you hold on and where do you have to really focus to be able to even sense it, much less hold on? Just pay attention and observe with curiosity. And then release your activation. Legs, keeping the block between the thighs to the right. Hands over the, legs to the left, forgive me, with the block between the thighs. Hands resting over the squishy part of the right belly and inner hip. 3 big deep breaths, exaggerating, push the belly into the hands on the inhale, exhale, squeeze the belly in. And then a few breaths, relaxing, breathing normally. And come back to center. Now take the block and put it between the legs, the longest length. Feet stay together, open the knees, the block goes between the thighs, the longest length. Same process. Ground the feet, squeeze the block. Already you feel different muscles coming into play here, yeah? Different structures. Squeeze the buttock muscles towards each other. Engage the pelvic floor. Kegels. Now close those excretory sphincter muscles. Whole different sensation in this position. And then lift your head and bring your hands on the low belly between the hip points and feel those muscles really charge, those transverse abdominis. Hold on to all of that. Relax the head back, relax from the waist up, and breathe. Grounding the feet, squeeze the block, engage buttock muscles, Kegels, excretory sphincters, low belly. And hold and breathe. Completely relaxed from the waist up and just again, sensing, observing into your container. How does it feel? What do you notice? Where can you feel? There might be areas you don't feel anything at all, which is perfectly normal and okay. It takes time to develop this. It takes time to wake those tissues up. And especially tissues that have had any surgical trauma or other kinds of traumas. It takes time. And that's why we go slow and gently and lovingly and compassionately. But we also do it with discipline and dedication. And we do it with consistency. All right, relax that whole effort. Let it go. Take the block into your hands, put it on your belly. Take the feet wide, turn the toes in, bring the knees together. That's called constructive rest. Rest the weight of your hands and arms on the block. The block is over the belly button between the hip points, like from the waist to just above the pubic bone. You're going to take those 3 breaths doing the same thing, exaggerating, pushing the belly out on the inhale, exaggerating, pulling the belly in on the exhale. And now you're going to add resistance with the hands and arms a little bit. Play with that. Inhale, push the belly out, brick rises, resist with the hands and arms a little bit. Exhale, pull the belly in, push a little bit with the hands and arms. And resist the push. Now, you might be getting a sense of how this is really going to strengthen your core all the way to your actual physiological core. It's actually also going to do it through every layer of your being. Energetically, psychically, mentally, emotionally. And then several breaths. Release the arms, let the brick stay on your belly if you want. Breathing normally, relaxing. Now, gently just turn over to your right and carefully sit up. And come around into a downward facing dog. Wherever your downward facing dog is today, just go there and hold. Lengthening the legs, lengthening the torso, lengthening the arms, spreading the fingers, grounding into the base of all 10 fingers, grounding into the base of all 10 toes. If the heels are down, grounding into the heels. If they're not, pushing the heels back. Press the front of the legs towards the back of the legs. Wrap the muscles of the arms around the arm bones as you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. The whole torso, belly is lifting gently up towards the ribs, very gently, and the front body is moving towards the back body, and the head just hangs. Now from here, float to a plank. Straight arms, wrists are right under the shoulders. Press the heels away. Feel that low belly engagement as you engage the legs, just like we did in down dog. Wrap the muscles and flesh of the arms and legs around the bones. Lengthen the spine. You're looking directly at the floor. The head is aligned with the spine. Back to downward facing dog. Do that 3 more times with 3 breaths.